Okay, so here we go with PowerPoint Chapter 2, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with SmartArt and shapes, and a little bit with footers, a lot with shape styles, managing various lists, things like that, and I'm trying to keep the typing down to a low roar here on this particular lesson. So let's get started here. My instructions may deviate just a little bit from what I originally gave you, but let's kind of see how it goes here. I'm going to start at the bottom of page 1, and I'm going to click on the thumbnail over here. Again, this is my thumbnail view over here on the left. Click on that to select slide thumbnail 3, like so. Hold down my control key and select thumbnail 4. So those are both highlighted in orange. I just decided I don't want those bullets. I'm going to hit delete. All right, and goodbye there. And here I have slide 3, and then I'm going to select slide 4 over here in my thumbnail area. Use my scroll bar, hit the shift key on the very last thumbnail. Again, if I go too fast, just stop me or stop the video or go back, restart. And so I've selected, by hitting the shift key, I'm selecting everything in between slides 4 and slides 9. And I'm going to hit delete again, and I'm just down to 3 slides, just like that. On to page 2. All right, page 2. Let's see here. I'm going to go to slide 2. All right. And I'm going to select, first of all, select the text and the title text. I'm going to go up here to my title text. And remember how we select an entire line all at once? Yes, triple click. 1, 2, 3. Select the whole line, and I'm upper right page 2 here on the handout. I'm going to type in energy efficient products. All right. And then I'm going to select the text in the first bulleted paragraph, which says add your first bullet points here. And I'm going to type in Energy Star, in caps, certified LEDs. S is in lowercase there. And then it says to add a character, a symbol. We did this in Word way back when. So I'm going to say insert and symbol. All right. And make sure that your font up here, I don't know what yours is going to default to, but make sure your font type here, because I kind of struggled with this when I first went through it. Make sure it says symbol. And for every possible symbol, there is a numeric equivalent. So in this case, I've got a font called symbol, and within that group of all the symbols I can type, I'm going to run my mouse pointer through that existing character code, and I'm looking for 226. 226, which is the R button there, the R symbol, all right, which is a trademark, okay? And I'm going to say insert. It's kind of invisible. I just inserted that into my document, although I'd have to pull this out of the way to see that I actually did that, and hit close. Except you know what I did? I blew it. I put it in the wrong place. It was supposed to go after the word star. You probably noticed that on your handout. I'm going to highlight that symbol just to keep things simple and hit Control X. I'm going to cut it. Good practice here. Go after the word star and hit paste or Control V, Control X to cut, Control V to paste, and now I have that trademark symbol after the Energy Star. All right. Let's see here. So I've got that on slide 2, first line I should say. All right. Then I'm going to hit enter. And I want to increase my list level. I want to slide my outline over 1 to the right. So I'm going to go to my Home tab and click on the Increase List Level. So I'm sliding over into position 2. And rather than having, cheater text in another document, I'm going to pull this text over from the Notes area down there. And you may need to drag your Notes area divider. Down here you'll see there's like a double line down there. If you can't see your notes pages on your screen like it looks like this, you might have to get your two-headed arrow down there at the bottom and drag up so you can see your notes there, because I'm going to be pulling notes from various slides here. So select that text down there in your notes page and Control C to copy. Go back to where you were, where your insertion point is in that second position on the second line after we did the increase list level. And I'm going to paste with Control V. All right. Except things are a little bit different than what I expected. And what I want to do is see where it says use 75% less energy. I want to click on that line. And I want to increase, actually, you know what I should have done when I pasted? I should have said keep text only. That's what I wanted to do right there. Keep text only. All right, according to my instructions. And I'm going to go back to where it says water sense here. And I want to decrease the list level or promote that item to the left. I'm going to do that with decrease list level, like so. And I want to do the same thing with hot water pipe, get it back over into the first position as well. So I end up with 6 lines, and it looks like I got an extra line in there that I'm going to backspace out to make sure that all I have is 6 lines there for the text. All right? So I hope that wasn't too crazy. I'm just kind of flying around here. Highlight that text up there, energy efficient products. And I actually want to insert a hyperlink at this point. So I'm going to say insert. And over here I'm going to say link. I know on older versions it says hyperlink. Insert link. And it should automatically take us to that existing file or web page area. And down there in my address, and on middle left, page 2 on your handout, I'm going to type in www.energysave, S-A-V-E-R, energysaver.gov, and click OK to create that hyperlink on that text. All right. Then select all the text down below there in that text box. Select all the text, and then right-click and select Convert to SmartArt. Convert to SmartArt. And I'm going to select more SmartArt graphics. So let's see here. I'm going to go to my different lists of process. I'm going to go to the lists of SmartArt graphics. I'll get it down here. And I'm looking for the vertical box list, which is this guy right here. Second row, second column, and I'm going to select that and click OK, and it's going to convert those 6 lines into a SmartArt graphic. And notice that this text box pops up in case you need it, and you can toggle that, click it off, click it on. You can actually enter and edit text over here as well as in your SmartArt graphic. Okay, I'm going to undo that and go on to slide 3. And in slide 3, I'm going to edit some stuff here. We're down here where it says Step 1 title. I'm going to run my mouse pointer through that. I'm going to call that Appliances. All right. And then up here in the text pane, on bottom right, page 2, I'm going to run my mouse pointer through where it says Task Description. I'm going to type unplug. Okay, I'm going to keep typing here as I have people come to my window, and I'm just kind of stopping periodically, but I'm right back at it. Unplug when not in use. Again, you may not be as fast a typer as I am. And that was the first point there under Appliances. Then I'm going to highlight Task Description down here. And I'm going to type Ask About Rebates. And guess what? I don't want to do any more typing, and probably neither do you. No. Okay. So down here in your notes page, again, might have to drag your little 2-headed arrow back and forth. Once you do that for one slide, it should work for all of them. I conveniently put some stuff down here because I don't feel like typing too much either. So I'm going to highlight the word Windows, and I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to pop up here to the Step 2 title. And remember what happens when we highlight something and we type over the top of it, or in this case, paste, Control V, it puts it in there. Right on. Then I'm going to highlight down here in my notes area, seal leaks and close curtains at night in winter, and copy that and go up here into my task description and paste. Boom. And then go down here to lighting, highlight that, and copy it into the step 3 title. So I'm going to highlight that step 3 title and paste. And then I'm going to highlight buy LEDs, use indoors and outdoors. And I'm going to paste that up here into my task descriptions. By the way, I could actually do that over here in my task pane as well. If I clicked on that, I could pop that in here. All right. Wasn't that fun? Okay, let's continue on here. I'm going to close that task pane out. So we should have all the text entered into this particular slide. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click just inside the border of this SmartArt, like so. All right. And then I'm going to go back to my Home tab, which it looks like I'm at. I'm going to go over here to Select. And I'm going to say Select All. All right. It looks like I might have actually cut some stuff that maybe shouldn't have been bolded, but it was. So I'm going to bold all text, Control B. So all 3 of my SmartArt graphics now are in bold. And I'm going to get kind of fancy. I'm going to do a text shadow. Now it's up in our home group. I think we did shadow back in Word. And that's right up here, text shadow. I'm going to click on that. It adds a slight 3D kind of effect to my text. All right. And let's see here. I'm going to click just inside or just outside that area, in the blank area. All right. And what they're saying now is after I've done all that work, now they're saying maybe we want to change the layout. So I'm going to go to my SmartArt Tools Design tab. Actually click back into my SmartArt. I shouldn't have clicked totally out of it. And I'm going to go up to my Design tab into the Layouts area, and I'm going to hit the More button up here. So here's where I have one SmartArt. Then I decide after the fact, oh, I'm changing my mind. Now I want to do something different. And I'm going to go to the More Layouts. When you do more layouts, it kind of organizes them by category. I'm going to go to the List category here, and it says row 9, target list layout, row 9. Is that it right there? Hold on here. Okay, I found it. It was in row 9 here, but it's the last item in row 9. Oh goody, there's that. Click OK. And so all that text that I typed in now kind of gets reorganized into a entirely different SmartArt. All right. And you know what might be helpful also at this point would be to type in a title, which I might have missed up here. I'm going to say tips to save energy, if I didn't already put that in. All right. And now I'm middle left, page 3. I'm going to just click off somewhere. All right. And I'm going to drop in a slide. So right now I'm on slide 3, but I want to add slide 4. So I'm going to go up here and say new slide. And I'm going to select a title and content format. Okay, so there is a new slide with title and content layout, and I have that selected. Now I'm going to go up to my new slide and say duplicate selected slides. My earpiece is falling off here on the left side, but that's something you can't see. All right, so I've got 2 new slides with title and content in them. I'm going to go to slide 4. In this case, I'm going to drop in an entirely new SmartArt. I'm going to say Insert and SmartArt. And I'm going to select the Process type of SmartArt. And then go way, 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 way down here to Upward Arrow. That's in the 10th row, and it's the second item down there. Upward Arrow, and OK. All right. Now I can either type stuff in here into that SmartArt. I can just go over here to my little text pane and just start typing stuff. So I'm going to say in the first text item, I'm going to say hourly pricing. click down below here. Peak time savings. Click down below here. Notice I'm typing in, it's going into this text pane. It's also dropping into my SmartArt. Central AC cycling. All right, so I'm creating the SmartArt with the text over there. Click on a blank area inside the SmartArt border, like so. There's my text. All right. And with everything still selected, I'm going to go up to my SmartArt styles, hit the drop down arrow over here. All right. And down here in 3D, I am looking for powder. It's the fourth item in there on the 3D settings. And there we go. All right. And the title of this slide is going to be, bottom right, page 3, Manage Your Energy. All right. On to page 4 here. Okay. So there's that SmartArt. Let's go on to slide 5, and we're going to spend the majority of our time with the editing and creation here of slide 5. All right, so are you ready? Here we go. We're going to insert some shapes here. So I'm going to go to my Insert tab. So I got Title and Content here in slide 5, except now we're saying, oh, well, we just changed our mind. We don't really want Title and Content. We want to change our layout from Title and Content to blank. Oh, that's exciting. A blank slide. All right, for slide 5. Okay. So here we go with slide 5. We're going to insert a shape. And if you go down into your basic shapes, you'll see in the second item under basic shapes, you have oval. So I'm going to select oval. And I'm going to click and maybe drop that oval right in the middle of my slide. Okay. And let's go back to insert shapes again. And this time I'm looking for trapezoid. Okay, I'm going to click on trapezoid. Come down here. And I'm going to drop it in just to the right of my circle there, my oval. Okay. And let's see here. I'm going to go back to my shapes again. And in this time, I'm looking for the clear down in the blocked arrows, second row. I'm looking for arrow curve down. Again, you might want to slow me down here if I get going too fast with my shapes. I'm going to click on arrow curve down. And when I select a shape and then go back to my slide, obviously it's showing me a crosshair. I'm just kind of randomly dropping in these shapes into my slide. So I've got a oval, a trapezoid, and a curve down particular item here. All right. Okay, and let's see here. I'm going to select my trapezoid. All right. Hold down the Shift key. Now, holding down the Shift key, what that does is it maintains proportions, so your item doesn't get out of proportion. I'm holding down my Shift key. Keeping an eye up here on my size, I'm shooting for a size of 4 inches high and 3 inches wide. So hold down the Shift key, and maybe I'm going to drag down like so. Ooh, wow. Did you see that? It's 3.99 high and 3 inches wide. That was a luck shot there. Don't expect me to do that every time. All right. Let's select the center oval. I'm going to hold down my Shift key, which again will create proportion. Maybe I'm going to hit the arrow up here and maybe down here a little bit. I'm shooting for 4-inch diameter. How's that? Oh, did you see that? I mean, seriously, I did that exactly 4 inches. See up here in my size, 4 inches by 4 inches. Oh my goodness, that's 2 luck shots there. I don't think I'll be able to do that for another 10 years. Right on. Okay. Select the arrow shape down here. Select the arrow shape. All right. And I want to make it so the height is, here is my height right here, 3 inches. And for width, again, I'm just selecting my mouse pointer, running my mouse pointer through the existing width. I'm going to make it 13.5 and enter. All right, now it's off my slide, looking kind of goofy and whatever. All right. And it says on the middle right, page 4, it says select the oval shape, then if necessary, change the height and width approximate measurements to 4 inches. Well, I already did that, okay? And then with my trapezoid, it says make sure it's 4 inches by 3 inches. Well, I was 3.99. If I just go maybe up, oh, that's too far down. I'm 4 inches high and 3 inches wide with my trapezoid, okay? And let's see here. It says to select all. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my home tab here. Over the editing group, I'm going to click on drop down arrow select all. So all 3 objects are selected. Okay, so the cool thing about this is whatever we do to one object, we're doing to all. And on my home tab under quick styles, I'm going to go down into my presets area. Second shape in the last presets row, I think that's right here. Gradient fill, light blue, accent 1, no outline. So it's at the very bottom, second column down there. And of course, all my shapes are going to get that. All right. And it says click in a blank area of the slide to deselect the 3 objects. Okay, now we're on to page 5 of our instructions. Select the trapezoid shape and copy, Control C. Maybe I'm going to try clicking over here and then pasting, Control V. Well, let's drag that over here somewhere so it's out of the way. Okay. All right, so I've got 2 trapezoids, a circle, and an arrow. All right. And we're going to add some text here to our shape. However, I want to cheat. I don't really feel like typing. No, I don't. So I'm going to go up to slide 1. And down in my notes page for slide 1, because remember we added slide 5 from scratch, and I wanted to have this existing text here. Go down to your notes area of slide 1 and grab all that text there. And let's cut it, Control X, out of our notes area. Let's go to slide 5. Let's go down to our notes and paste, Control V. All right. And let's drop some text in here. And I don't really feel like typing. So for the left trapezoid, I'm going to highlight remembers your preferred temperatures and copy. And go up to your left trapezoid and paste. Ooh, that's nice. Go to the oval text, which is turns itself up or down, just using my mouse pointer and dragging through that and copy. And let's click on the center oval and paste. And you'll never guess what we're going to do with the last trapezoid. Yes, we're going to highlight can be controlled from anywhere using phone, tablet, or laptop. Control C. Click on that right trapezoid and paste. All right, and there we go. We have our text in there. All right. Okay. And we're going to hold down the Shift key and select the oval and the left trapezoid. All 3 of those. Okay. And it says we need to bold this. Looks like our text is already bold. That was handy. All right. And it says to change our font color to dark blue. And to increase our font size, I could just hit my increase font size or grow font up here to 20. And there we go with some text there. All right. Then go down and click on the arrow. All right. And in my Drawing Tools Format tab, I want to change the fill color of that arrow to just regular old green down here. Green. Like so. I'm just going to click out somewhere to do that. All right. Now we're going to put in a whole bunch of little helps here to walk us through some guides here. So we're going to go up to View. And over here we're going to select View Grid Lines. Actually, wait a second. View Guides and Ruler and Grid Lines. All 3 of those. And wow, that looks pretty crazy, doesn't it? All that stuff laying around there. All right. And just as a matter of introduction here, your horizontal guide is going to be right here. Horizontal guide, right here in the middle. That's the one that runs all the way through here. Your vertical guide is the one right here in the middle, which runs all the way through from top to bottom. This is, of course, left to right. And it says, take your horizontal guide, get your mouse pointer right on it so you get a two-headed arrow, and take it 3 inches below center. So I'm going to left click and hold, and I can use those boxes and take it clear down to 3 inches below center, like so. There's my horizontal guide down there. Okay. Then you're going to go grab the vertical guide and set to take it 5 inches left of center. So left click and hold on your vertical guide, drag to over here to line up with 5 inches left of center. Okay. And it says take your left trapezoid, okay, left click and hold, and take it so the bottom left-hand corner of your trapezoid is where the intersection of your horizontal and vertical guides are. So that would be right where I'm at right now with my left trapezoid. See how the bottom left corner of my trapezoid right here is where the vertical and horizontal guide are meeting. Okay. On to page 6. It says take your vertical guide and drag it to a position 2 inches left of center, right here, okay, and drag the oval shape so its lower left corner touches the intersection of the vertical and horizontal guides. Okay, so I'm going to use my down arrow so I can see my box here. Maybe something like that. The lower left-hand corner is meeting the area down here where my vertical and horizontal guides meet. Okay. And then it says take my vertical guide here and left click and hold and drag it over to 2 inches right of center. Then take the, again, I can use my mouse pointer here for fine adjustments and move it so the lower left corner of my trapezoid is at the intersection of the vertical and horizontal guides. All right. So I'm aligning my 3 graphics using these guides. Okay. And it says to select all 3. So I'm going to click on the first left trapezoid, and I'm going to hold down my shift key and select the oval and select the right trapezoid so that all 3 are selected. Okay. And in my drawing tools format tab, I'm going to do some stuff over here in my align area. So up here at the top, for starters, I'm going to say align to slide. And nothing happened. That was interesting. Okay. I'm going to go up to my align button again and say distribute horizontally. They kind of spread out a little bit. And align again. And I'm going to do an align middle. So after using all those guides and showing you how to use guides, that's what I end up with. They're aligned middle, they're distributed horizontally, and again, I've got a pretty decent looking SmartArt there. All right. And let's see here. I'm going to click on my little arrow up there. Actually, first of all, I need to take my horizontal guide, which is way down here. I forgot where it was at. And I want to drag it to a position 3 inches above the center. 3 inches above the center. Okay. And I want to take my vertical guide, which is over here, and I want to drag it over to the extreme far left side of my slide, which is 6.66. So that's my vertical guide, clear over here, horizontal guide up there. All right. And it says to take my arrow, and again, I might cheat here with my up and down arrows on my keyboard. And that's pretty close right there, where the upper left-hand corner of the box that has the arrow in it is where the intersection of the horizontal and vertical guides are. All right. Okay. And it says to flip vertical. That's interesting. Flip vertical. So over here in my drawing tools format area under rotate, I'm going to say flip vertical. So now it's going down and up through my boxes. Okay. And I don't want them to like intersect through the boxes. I wanted this have this actually be in the background. So where it says send backward, on the drop down arrow, I'm going to say send to back, which means it's going to be on the last level. It's going to be behind all of my graphics. When I say send to back, it'll be behind everything. All right. And let's see here. Let's go back to my home tab. And I'm going to select all of my shapes. All right. And then back to my, I'm kind of going back and forth between these two graphics. Drawing Tools Format tab, I'm going to select Group, and Group again. What it's going to do, it's going to combine all these into one big graphic of its own when I select Group. Okay. And let's see here. I'm going to drop some more shapes in here. I'm going to click off somewhere off of my SmartArt graphic, like so. Actually, that's not a SmartArt graphic. That's a series of shapes that I brought in. And let's see here. I'm going to insert some more shapes. So in my insert area, it says to use the symbols, but I can do this anywhere here. Insert shapes. And let's see here. I'm bringing in the moon shape. And under basic shapes in line 3, there's my moon. I'm going to put it down here in maybe the lower left corner. All right. Then insert shapes again. I'm going to click the More button up here. I'm looking for the flowchart punch tape banner in the second line of flowcharts. That's right here, flowchart punch tape. I'm going to click somewhere in the middle here. Drop that in. All right. Then on the insert shapes more up here, I'm going to go find my sun icon, basic shapes, third row. You see the sun right there? Sun, I'm going to put that over here, like so. All right. Okay, so I'm done with page 6. On to page 7. Again, we're just going to spend a lot of time editing this particular slide. Pause for a second. All right. So here we go. And it says select the 3 shapes. I'm going to click on the moon, hold down my shift key, the banner, and the sun. All 3. Okay. And it says in my Drawing Tools Format tab, under Shape Styles, I'm going to select, ding, 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 ding. That is the 3rd style on the 3rd row of the theme styles. That'd be right here. Light 1, colored, fill, green, accent 2. Is that what I'm looking for? That's what I'm looking for. So it turns all of those into that. Then I'm going to click off somewhere. Click on my moon. Keep an eye up here on my shape size. And I'm going to make my moon, I'm just going to drag my mouse pointer through the height. I'm going to make it 1.5. Drag my mouse pointer through the width and make it 0.8. 1.5 by 0.8. I'm not too concerned about it being off my slide right now. Let's go click on my banner. I'm going to make my banner 1.5. I'm doing this a little bit out of sequence. 1.5 inches high. Run my mouse pointer through that. 6.5 inches wide. There's my banner. Maybe I'm going to kind of refigure it here. I'm going to do this in a specific location here in a moment. Then my sun, click on the sun. I'm going to make the sun 1.5 high and 1.5 wide. And just hit enter, and there's my sun. Maybe drag it up here a little bit. Okay. So I've got my moon, my banner, and my sun. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Um, if necessary, click the moon and say bring forward. Click the sun. Actually, I'm not going to click the sun yet. I'm going to take the moon. Well, first I'll need to align the banner. It says align the banner so the left edge is 3 inches left of the center. That would be here, here. All right. And 3.5 inches below center. I'm going to use my up arrow on my keyboard. That would be about 3.5 inches, 1, 2, 3.5 inches below center, like so. And I'm going to take my moon. It says 2 inches left of center. That would be about right there. The right edge of the moon is butting up against that 2-inch mark there. Okay. And the lower edge is 3.5 inches below center, which would be the bottom of my banner. So somewhere about like that. Right edge at 2 inches, bottom at 3.5. Okay. And what did it ask me to do with my sun? I'm going to take the sun, 2 inches right of center, its left edge. It's 2 inches right of center. How am I doing here? That'd be about there. And right at about 3.5, which I think I'm pretty close at with my sun right there. Okay? So I got my moon, my banner, and my sun aligned using my guides. And I'm going to select all three. I'm going to select the moon, hold down my shift key, select my banner, and select my sun. Oh, isn't this awesome? All right. Drawing Tools Format tab, which I'm still on. And over in my, let's see here, insert shapes. Over in my insert shapes area, I'm going to come over here and say merge shapes. Well, actually not merge shapes. I'm going to say merge shapes and combine. There we go. I got there. Combine. So I turn them all into one big graphic there. Okay. And let's see. I'm going to click on my banner here. And I'm going to type in a smart thermostat. Thermostat. Let's spell that right, Reardon. Thermostat. Stat. There we go. A smart thermostat. And enter. Works night and day. That's awesome. A smart thermostat works night and day. And then I'm going to run my mouse pointer through all that text like so. And I'm in my home tab. I'm going to make that increase. Make it a 24-point font text size. Okay. So I got my text in my banner there. I've got my SmartArt, actually my graphics up here, my shapes. Quite a artistic effort here we're making, isn't it? And going back to my View tab, now I'm going to turn off those three things, the ruler, the grid lines, and the guides, and I'm kind of done with those. And I'm done with slide 5, so I'm going to go back to slide 4, okay? And I'm going to go back to my insert and shapes, and here I am looking for a 7-point star under my stars and banners. Is that it right there? Star 7 points. Nice. Click on that. Go up here, and I want to have it so my arrow is going to point at my star. I'm going to stick it over here somewhere, like so. All right. And I want to make it, should I try see if I can do it exact again? That was pretty amazing. I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to left click and hold on an edge. And, oh boy, let's undo that. Let's just forget I even did that. Hold my shift key down so it's proportionate. And let's see how close I can come. Hold up. 3.08. Ooh, that's awesome. I feel so amazing, so entitled. Drop down arrow to 3, drop down arrow to 3. It is exactly 3 inches high and 3 inches wide. I'm going to make it so my arrow is actually pointing at that graphic, kind of like so. Okay. And let's see here. I'm going to go to Shape Fill and Picture, and you're going to have to access the picture on the Google Classroom in the same place where you found the start file. So I'm going to go from File here. And in my case, I'm going to have to go clear out the shared folder. And by the way, if you're using the VPN or that little link that I sent on Google Classroom, you could actually go out and pull up these documents on the shared folder here at College Place High School, which you have access to if you have that VPN link. So anyway, I'm going to go on my little trip here. And again, you can stop me and slow me down, whatever you want to do here. PowerPoint chapters, Chapter 2 demo. And I'm looking for bulb. And it drops it into my picture. Isn't that cool? All right, page 8. Moving right along here. And I'm going to go to Shape Outline. And I'm going to change the weight to 6. And I'm going to go back to Shape Outline. And I'm going to make the color green. Okay. I'm going to go back to Shape Outline. I'm going to make the dashes to round dot. Round dot dashes. Okay. Shape Effects. We're going to go to Glow. It says second color in the last glow variations row. Glow, 18 point, green, accent 2. Awesome. That guy down there, there's my glow. All right. Then over here, I'm going to go over and rotate. More rotate options. And see the rotate options down here? I'm going to click on my drop-down arrow and hold it down, and it's going to be minus 15. So I tilted it just a little bit, so it didn't look too goofy. It's more aligned to my arrow than it is to the edge of the slide. All right, so I just rotated that. I'm going to close out my format picture thing. All right, and that's looking really good. Let's go to slide 1. Slide 1. Get back to my guide here. And I'm going to insert a shape. Slide 1. And let's see here. I am in the pausing here. Fourth shape in the rectangles area. Rectangles. That's up here. I'm looking for top corners snipped. I'm going to come over here and drop that kind of in my bottom right-hand corner, like so. And I'm going to make that up here size-wise. I'm going to make it 2-point tall and 2.2, I should say 2.2 tall, 2.2 wide, and hit enter. And I'm going to drag this up so it's kind of got some spacing here, so it looks kind of nice like so, up there. Nothing totally exact here. All right, and let's see here. I'm going to insert in my shape fill. I'm going to go to picture, and hopefully it remembers where I was at from file. Oh, it took me right back to the shared folders. Maybe a little bit more difficult for you if you had it on like Google Classroom or whatever. I'm going to drop in the house icon. Okay. And then in my rotate, I'm going to rotate left 90 degrees. And let's see here. I'm going to go up here to shape outline, do a weight of 3 points. I'm going to go down to shape effects, glow, and the third row down, glow 11, green, accent color 2. Not quite as extreme of a glow as I did on that last slide 5. It's going to look a little bit different like so. And you know another thing I forgot is I wanted to actually rotate up here, rotate and flip horizontal so I do a mirror image. We did something like that in Word way back when. So I have my little house, and it's flipped, and it's glowing, and it's in my shape there. It's looking pretty awesome. Page 9, and here we go. I don't need to rotate that anymore. And now I'm going to put some stuff into my header and footer. So let's go back to the Home tab and select, that's a lie, Insert tab, sorry about that. Insert, header and footer. I'm going to click off there somewhere to get rid of that one menu item up there. I'm going to go to my Insert tab, header and footer. And this is where we decide what we want to have show up on our slides, like at the bottom or the top. So I want to include the date and time on my slide, except I'm going to have it fixed, which means it's not going to change by date. I'm going to say October 1. I want that to show up on every slide. I want the slide number to appear. I want to put in a footer. This is going to be called Greenest Street Corporation. It's my footer. I don't want to show it on the title slide, which is a little annoying in your presentation because you open up your presentation at the beginning and people look at the stuff on the slide. What's that up there? But not to put it on your title slide. And then select Apply to All. All right. And then let's see, in my Design tab up here, all right, I'm going to go over to Customize. Design tab, slide size. I'm going to say custom slide size. And this is just to show you that I can edit a footer and I can have the numbered slide start from a certain number. I can change my slide orientation. I can change how my notes, handouts, and outline might appear, how they're printed out. It was just kind of for demonstration purposes only that these are some things you can do here to mess around with your slide size and some of those items you might have in your header or footer. I'm really not going to do anything right now with this. I'm going to click OK. All right. And so we're almost done here, but to kind of add some interest, I want to add a transition. And transitions can be really annoying and actually kind of distracting to your presentation if you don't use them correctly. So I'm going to go up here to Transitions. And I'm going to click on the More button up here in my More Transitions. All right. And in the exciting area, I'm going to select Box. Box, box, box. Where are you, box? Right here, box. Okay, box. Okay. And in the Effect options, I can kind of change how that transition comes in. I'm going to say from top, like so. But maybe I'm thinking that's even too fast, so for duration, I'm going to change my 1.6. I could either do the up arrow or I could just highlight it and say I want to do 3 seconds, like so. And I could preview that over here on the far left on my transitions ribbon here. Preview, it's going to show me what that looks like just for that one slide. If I want to apply that to all, I would go down here and apply to all. So it happens to all of them. Now if I click on the next slide, it's got a duration of 3. It's got the box transition. All right. And if I want to see what the whole presentation looks like now that I'm finally done, I could hit F5 and watch my slideshow. Slide 1. You can see if I made any errors here. Slide 2. Slide 3. Notice the items in my footer down there. Slide 4. I like that light bulb and that graphic over there. And slide 5 that had the shapes in it. And then I'm going to hit enter. My slideshow is over, as is this presentation. And I will continue on with the practice exam for Sam. And again, these PowerPoint lessons are going to kind of be supplemental to what we're doing in Access. I'm not actually going to require them, but it's an opportunity for you to get another certification and learn some new things about PowerPoint. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.